Hello, and welcome back to Instant Raeplay with Lucky Time. Today we're up against a Ted, a Vinny, and a Max. So I just played with this Ted player. They were playing Penny, I was playing against them, and they were playing Penny, and they seemed to be really good. So coming off of the heels of a loss, I would imagine they're trying to up their chances, so Ted might be even more dangerous than their Penny was. I'm going to try going for rift damage. I want to see if there's a possibility. This is more of an experimental game right now. I want to see if there's a possibility I can make rift damage work as a first upgrade. Okay, so they're going to trade with us. They're definitely going to take the health up here because they know it's there, so I'm going to have to go for a different one. And then I'm not really sure who I should cover for. So could be two styles of play, defensive and offensive. And then if you're being offensive, you could stick with either one teammate or another. And if you're defensive, you could stick to one lane or another. So there's kind of like a box plot of considerations to make. I'm not gonna be able to hit any characters there. Oop, gonna walk forward. Okay, so Ted does have a little bit of lag, it looks like. I'm gonna drop this here in case I can get it in time. I'm gonna be aiming for Max if possible. Not gonna rely on sniping him just because his hitbox is so small. See if we can't farm their jungle there. I think I'm gonna get at least one. Yep. And then so I think I'm gonna try to build HC bomb and then possibly even height on rift because Max does fly, so we can cover a little bit more airspace in case he just goes around it. See, it's he's usually around the area where rift stops, the hitbox of rift stops, so it'd be a simple matter for him to just move a little bit higher and evade it entirely. So I have I think it's 160 for that upgrade. So we'll just try to snipe someone. I wasn't aiming for the person who was almost dead, but just accidentally happened to place my cursor there. I'm not really placing that for the droids. I more so want to heal. Hopefully they don't ambush Swiggins while he's down there alone. So there we go, 165. It's weird. I don't know where the decision to make it 165 came from rather than just 160. Beautiful shield from deadlift there. Thank you so much, good sir. And since we have double rift damage, I think we might be good for a solar boss that could... Okay, so it's kind of proving its worth here. Yep, okay, so every time I go for solar boss, it seems more and more that my team tries to steal it from me. I don't know why, especially because deadlift could provide value elsewhere by kind of defending or doing whatever. So instead of both of us wasting our time on solar boss, he could have been like ambushing the enemy team, preventing a little bit of push, but that's kind of the path he chose. It might say something about him, it might not. And we have yet to see. So I'll throw this behind Ted. Could give me the opportunity to kill him outright. Don't want to walk into that blind. I don't think I'm out of position, just standing there. I'm just going to wait for my cooldowns to come back up. If Vinny comes back up here, he's going to eat a snipe. But I don't see him down there anymore, so I think I'm good for just coming this way and farming jungle. Okay, so he seems to be... His last two dashes have been on me, so it's not confirmation yet that he's targeting me, but could possibly have pivoted in his strategy. Okay, Ted almost certainly going to place a airstrike right there. So I'll just snipe sort of behind it. There we go, beautiful timing there. And like we said, that's where the airstrike was pointed. Okay, he might be able to block a little bit of Max's options, but his mobility is not going to let him be in that rift for too long. We can snipe from up here into this, and luckily we happen to hit somebody, but not lucky enough. Okay, just going to wait for them to possibly come down and then wreck their life a little bit. Okay, I'm fighting all three of them. I don't need to be doing that, but it seems to be working out so far. Okay, if he dashes me here, he's going to get caught in rift, so... Ooh, and that's a beautiful double. Wasn't even really planning for it, but I guess this is rift proving its value, kind of rift damage proving its value. So maybe not to be underestimated. I guess the only thing left to do is to validate that, so I'll have to try on a few more games, and then I'll have to also figure out where it's not advantageous to go for rift damage, because I don't want to just buy it every game. It couldn't be that it was the best first upgrade, could it? There's no way. Okay, accidentally opened that mid-air. It's because it hit the kind of corner over here, and then it fell in between the space between these two platforms. So a little bit buggy, but I'm thankful for it. Gives you a little bit of extended height. Now, Vinny could dash me here. That'd be the end of me. So I'm just gonna back off, and I don't know if Vinny dashes over here if it could reach me or not. So I'm gonna stay a little bit to the left on that platform. And then we talked about. I don't know if height is gonna be necessary. It's between Hummingbird, HC bomb, and height. So I do want to get some defensive measures, so I will get piercing as well as ponytail. Kind of maybe took a little bit too long there to make up my mind. I'll give Swiggins a break and then just come down here. And the nice thing about rift damage is you can sort of... okay, very lucky to get that creep. You can sort of just leave the droids in the rift and let it do its thing. Okay, so we have Deadlift with us. I don't know where Ted's gonna go. If I can just blindly smash on Snipe, I might get it in time enough to get a kill there. I don't have any passive regen. I mean, they give everyone some passive regen, but I don't have any more. Okay, so this will allow me to buy regen. Even though it could be more useful to buy Wraithstone on this map, but I think it seems like the type of game where the creeps are going to be highly contested, so I don't think Wraithstone is going to be it. I don't see myself getting too much value out of it. Okay, so I'm going to try to flank. This might not go well, but I'll try to put it in such a position that it forces them to, you know, go the other way. Kind of try to pigeonhole them, so to speak. Okay, was waiting for someone to kind of poke their head out, but no luck. I'm just gonna blindly shoot here. Sometimes the enemy does wait in the hide area, not expecting you to just simply stand there and shoot. Okay, get a little bit of damage on Vinny. He's probably gonna heal that back up. Ooh, oh, actually very clutch shield again from Deadlift. So the one thing I can be thankful for, despite that Solar Boss steal, which I'm still salty about, is that Deadlift has been on point with the shields. So only the DOT from the airstrike has been applying to us so far. Not that I need any health right now, because I could just wait for the regen to do its thing, but might as well farm. And then over here, I think there might be some value in just placing Rift behind them and try to get what damage I can out of it. So, very good combo for me to follow up the anchor. Doesn't always happen that I finish off the an anchored enemy with just raw AA, but you'll love to see it. Okay, and now they're looking kind of in a bad spot. None of them are doing horrendously. And he's doing the worst, but he's only down by 3. Okay, and I'll just try to throw this on top of them if possible. Now Ted's going to be out for a little bit longer. We'll have to watch out for Floodlight, because I imagine he has it. Ooh, okay, so Vinny kind of using Gorilla strats right now, and I think... Let's see if Deadlift steals a Solar Boss from us again. After this wave, I'm gonna try going for it, and then we'll see what happens. You can see he's looking at me. He's thinking about it. Okay, so in that situation, I would have wanted him to steal it. So kind of stole it when he wasn't supposed to, didn't steal it when he was. I don't know what's going on. Could be in trouble here if I get hit one more time, but I do see a little sliver of health on me. There we go. So downstairs is where I'm going to want to go. Swiggins does have it covered, though, so I think I'm good for a teleport here. And then we'll not want to let our push ability fall off, so I'm going to buy Hummingbird so that we can keep up the pressure. and allow, because, I mean, we do have deadlift, so we're not really needing for any more push. We'll just use a defensive snipe here. Drop that behind them. And the body blocking from the droid. Ooh, very good reactions from Vinny, though. He didn't really need to aim it as, as precisely as I'm making it sound. I am up by 4, which I didn't even really notice until now. But you can see having 1 tank on my team, even 1 tank, is such a huge benefit for Raylan. She does really well. In fact, I would say she does the best when she has tanks on her team. And then Swiggin's offering that that burst damage, just keeping them a little bit afraid. Just afraid enough to not have to not try anything stupid. Okay, we'll prefer to snipe Max. But these airstrikes are proving very annoying. I might even want to get Iron Rifle for a little bit of extra protection from airstrikes when I do recognize that they're up, but that could put me in a bad spot, and then Vinny, you know, could come around and dive me, or Max could Floodlight, which would definitely, you know, kill me, more so than just sitting there and tanking the airstrike. But I think what I could possibly do is get boots and then try to, since they are up on turrets, you know, we are doing well, but this could turn around. Did get 2 of them. Ooh, I just had to walk into that, didn't I? And we can't just keep farming Solar Boss here. I will get this health pack back here, and then try to coax Solar Boss into the rift. And with this gun damage, I feel like I can take it before someone comes around now, regardless of who it is. So here we go. I can get boots now, and then I'll be looking to lane as quickly as possible, or as frequently as possible, I should say, and just chip their turrets down to try to, you know, distract them a little bit more. So we'll be looking to apply a little bit more pressure from, you know, from now going forward. Since they're on top lane, I'm gonna move to bottom lane and then just apply a little bit of pressure here. I don't see them. Looks like they're so you can tell kind of where their mind is at based on which direction they decided to flank me from. Had they went from the center, that would have told me they were very confident, but they decided to go from their jungle, so that tells me that they're not confident, and that I can probably get away with kind of chipping their turrets a little bit more easily. At least until they start, you know, going into the center. Because I think as long as my team is in the center, they don't really have any easy way to command that space. They're not really known for area denial. You know, Ted can airstrike in the middle, but the other 2 are really just kind of assassin characters. Okay, and you can see here, this is the kind of area denial I'm talking about. Very bad idea for them to go down. Pretty unfair for Rift to go into that choke point, as there was really nothing they could do. Their turret was as good as dead if they had done nothing. But if they had tried to do something, obviously they, you know, ended up dying. Okay, and I can maneuver. Ooh, I can outmaneuver Max using the geometry on this map. It's not an open airspace where he has the advantage. Did mess up my positioning. I got a little bit cocky there and stayed a little too long. But Vinny was invisible, so kind of good on him for utilizing his toolkit and taking advantage of what he could. We do have 200, so we could buy another upgrade. I don't feel like the height is going to be as useful. I haven't really been feeling that need, so I'm going to go for HC Bomb instead. Even though we're not relying on HC Bomb to ward them off, I do still feel... Oh, just switched at the wrong time, switched direction. I do still feel like HC Bomb's gonna give them a, you know, something to think about if they're trying to approach me. So as long as they see it, I think we're okay. I can leave that droid there and then possibly farm Solar Boss some more. And it'll help with Solar Boss even. So there we go. Ted not gonna be in danger, especially if he finds his team. what Rift can do is reach up here. It doesn't do damage on the top lane with base height, but it does slow them down enough that I can clean up pretty easily. Okay, just scare him off, and then snipe the droids. And then at this point, they are covering. So you can see there, he thought he was safe, but I HC bombed him, so that kind of let him know that he's not as safe as he thinks he is. Okay, and this is dangerous for me. As long as I could get some healing at the end of it, the DOT won't finish me off. And I think Ted has a single airstrike, so it's going to be on a long cooldown rather than if he got the double airstrike. So I think we're good for kind of poking our head out a little bit there. Okay, they're not looking hurt, so now I'm kind of feeling the pressure from blue team. Ooh. Yeah, and there was really nothing I could do there. I don't have silence on snipe, there's no such thing, so I couldn't really prevent him from successfully diving there. So now the game's starting to kind of flip on its head. We were doing good, but now we're doing, now we're on the defensive. And we were never really up on turrets, ironically, even though we were kind of at an advantage before. So I think I'm gonna get laser pointer. That's gonna help us defend a little bit more. Did hit Vinny, but he is going to get the health pack, and his team is just going to show up, and I'm going to try to go in when my team shows up, so I'm not planning on helping deadlift 1v or 2v3 them. Vinny very damaging with his low cooldown dash. I think we're not going to be able to contest him with the toolkit we have right now. So I think I'm going to go for Lucky Cat next, and then every time he dashes, I'm going to be able to potentially make his life miserable. Okay, bad positioning there. We did blind all of them, so we can kind of go in a little bit. Okay, and he does have silence on Cloud, so that kind of prevents us from doing anything in retaliation. So gun is going to be the upgrade to get. He's going to... I thought he was going to dash me there, but they're not covering top, so it looks like we're going to be on the defensive a little bit longer than I'm comfortable with. I get a little bit antsy when I have nothing to do, especially after the game was in our favor previously. Yep, there we go, just waiting for someone to show their head there. Yep, could anticipate Vinny's movements, thankfully, and luckily was able to successfully dodge everything there. Just gonna brazenly fall down with a snipe, and then I think we can go in a little bit here. Not too much, but okay. Successful dodge or block with the shield. I think someone's gonna be up there. Vinny might even Cloud. Okay, this might be a trade, but I'll just try to get... I think I got 2 shots on the turret there. I'm gonna tell them to attack since they're both low. Okay, good reactions from Deadlift there. I don't know exactly how long the shield takes to come out, but it looked like there was a little bit of a wind-up. Like he fist pumped or fist bumped himself, and then the shield came out, so it might be a little bit on a delay. So let's see, what else do we need? Okay, so we talked about Lucky Cat, so that's 30 more approximately. We'll farm what I can while I can. Okay. And, ooh, not a good position for me to be in, but as long as the geometry is in my favor, I can utilize Rift to try to scurry around them. Oh, I was hoping I could get Ted there, but that's not a good position. I'm going to try not to be immobile. Okay. Ooh, I was hoping to get Ted there. Damn, Max one-shots those. I do still need to be up here to defend. Vinny always on my case. We did get one of them, and now he knows he can't dive, even though he had the opportunity there. He knows that would put him out of position because it was a 2-on-2. Yeah, we'll spend that on Vinny. Okay, wow, he's very mobile. Luckily, Swiggins has the damage to deal with that by himself. And now, all we need to do is I can one-shot this because he weakened it for me. Okay, finally, at 20 minutes, we're taking down a turret. Imagine. I think Ted, doesn't really have an airstrike. I can't really flick to a small target like the droids very consistently. That's not something I practice, so that's why you saw me miss there. Oh, if that hook landed, that might have been a kill. I think we can one-shot these creeps. Yep, so we'll be mostly fine here. He used everything, so he doesn't have anything else. And easily be able to one-shot that. Ken, if he has dive here, I'm going to be in trouble, but luckily... Ooh, very cutting it very close, Vinny there. If Solar Boss is here, I could take him out. I do have almost 600, so I could go back and spend, but... Ah, damn creep! What are you doing getting in my way? Okay, we'll just try to help these droids while I can. And then probably gonna have to run for my life here. We'll try to take advantage of the fact that I have a super to run away. And then not take this health pack. Top lane is okay for now, but we might have to come back in a second and get it. And then I will stack up on power pills after that lucky cat so that we can, I think Swiggin's cleared bottom, so we don't need to go down there. Well, and I did hit Max with the HC bomb, it looks like. Okay, I'm just gonna stay in Cloud because I think they expect me to run away. You can see Vinny just mainlining the Raylan because he knows that's the heavy hitter. Okay, they're working together beautifully. I'm just gonna try to... Yeah, we'll spend the HC bomb here. I'm just gonna basically be looking at minimap to see where Vinny is and then avoid him. Okay, did blind... I think we can go in here. Oh, I'm pressing F, not D. Need to be pressing D. Oh, hold on. Vinny did use dash, but he used it to clear the anchor, so he did escape there. Don't really have enough to pay for anything else, but with this lucky cat damage, we can actually... I don't know why he dived for that. I think he's farming. I wasn't planning on taking it because I was wanting to save this HC bomb for something else, but we'll have to watch our top. I think we will want to, while they're out, we will want to try to put as much pressure on their turrets as possible. So I'll wait for, yeah, he did use Spike Dive there. Yeah. And then this should be a kill. Yes, okay, so if that, if I didn't have enough snipe damage there, he would have easily gotten out. But luckily base snipe damage did the trick. Now we can push some lane. We'll have to push, since Raylan can clear both lanes relatively easily, we should be able to kind of apply pressure on both. And then once the droids go down here, Swiggin's smartly trying to back off before Vinny shows up because he knows that Vinny does have kind of a disgusting amount of damage. Not really like in any one dive that he does, but he does have it on such a low cooldown that he can apply it pretty consistently. Let's wait for Swiggins to pick a direction and then go for the other one. I can farm Solar Boss again, so as long as we can hold them off, I don't think we'll have any trouble doing that. Okay, did miss everyone. I'm not really applying damage very well here. I could die. Yeah, because I didn't really have my team helping me there. Not a good... I was kind of waiting at the top. You could see I was kind of like stalling. I was waiting for Deadlift to come back, but let me see here. Yeah, I think he was typing. That's not a good... that's not a good thing. Okay, and then we also... I think both of my teammates died after I died? That's horrendous! That's... To say that was the worst possible outcome would be an understatement. I definitely think that they needed to prioritize staying alive there. We'll try to get some piercing shots in here. The Rift is coming back on 2 seconds, but this is just god-awful right now. Okay, I got probably like one shot on Max there. The only reason we're alive is because Raylan has the tools to deal with a push like that. If I had snipe damage, that would have been a kill on Max. Really should not have been throwing this game like that. Absolutely no reason for it. But let's see if we can't make a clutch comeback here. Luckily, we do have the tools to clear lanes pretty easily, but you can see with the two flyers, Max and Vinny, they could just hang out anywhere in this airspace and then backdoor us if we're not paying attention. So we'll have to keep a very close eye on minimap. I will be looking to weaken Vinny if possible. Okay, the blind can scare him off, and then with him out of the picture, I think we're good to go in on the other two. This should be a kill. That should have been a kill, but I think he sped up with his floodlight. You can see him just absolutely abusing Max's ability to fly. Ah, man, unfortunate that I missed Ted's head there. Did get him with the HC bomb, but I think yeah, there's going to be a creep down here for me to farm. Oh, I was hoping I could have a... I was hoping that I forgot it, that I bought shield, but it looks like I didn't. If I didn't snipe there, I definitely would have got hit by the airstrike anyway, since we confirmed that he does have lag, or, you know, a little bit of lag. I mean, I'm not going to say it's horrendous. It was definitely workable. So there's the final stats for you. Well played to Blue. What would I have done differently? Not died that one time. I would have just sat behind turret. Turret was looking a little bit low, so I wanted to kind of try to farm Blue Team. I was torn between defending it and farming Blue Team for kills in their haste to take it down. So that was kind of the wrong play. I think I should have just defended it, but given that Deadlift was typing, had he came and helped, I think that would have been a completely different situation there. So I guess the lesson is pay attention to what your team is doing at all times, because you can't really rely on them to play consistently. They could just start going into author mode and just start typing, you know, a novel in the middle of the game. No, of course, I'm just joking. That's just a little bit of humor. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, and I will see you next time.